Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Trinadapi Sunichena Torad Eva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva Gatir Anyatha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So let's see how you can repeat the Sanskrit. We'll go little by little. See if you can do this. Srinvatang Swakata Krishna. Not bad. Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. That's even better. This is a hard one. Hridi Anta Stohi Abhadrani. I thought so. Vidhu Noti Suhrit Satam. Thank you very much. So this is a verse from the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam opens, the scene is 5,000 years ago or so. The sages of Naimisharanya have assembled, and their leader is Shaunaka Muni. And they have selected as their acharya or instructor Sutta Goswami, because they have assembled to perform sacrifice for 1,000 years for the benefit of us, the people of Kali Yuga. How do we know that? Because the Bhagavatam says more than once that the day Krishna left this planet, Kali Yuga began. So the sages, because they're saintly, they're not just concerned with themselves. A saintly person is concerned with everyone's welfare. They're compassionate, concerned. So they want to hear from Ugrashrava, the son of Romaharshan, who was in attendance for the original recitation of Bhagavatam by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. So, they have asked Sutta Goswami 6 questions. And so in answering those questions, in chapters 2 and 3, there is a section which can be called the science of God. And I love that term, science of God. Because that is what we follow. We follow more than just a religion or a philosophy. Actually, the Bhagavatam is the science of the absolute truth. In one place, Prabhupada says, the absolute truth is beyond the conception of God. It's a higher. And the absolute truth is defined by Vyasadeva, the author of Bhagavatam, in the very first shloka. And that fact, the absolute truth, is Krishna. Everybody say, Wait. Come on now. You're in a Krishna temple, okay? Everybody say, Krishna. I see I have some work to do. All right. So in discussing the science of God, this very nice verse, Prabhupada himself spoke on this verse here in Los Angeles. And for me, it's one of my favorite shlokas. Let's do word for word, okay? Please repeat. Shrinvatam. Yeah, one word you can do. Okay. Means those who have developed the urge to hear the message. So this is the main idea. How to develop the urge to hear the message of Krishna. Next word. Svakatha. His own words. Next word. Krishnaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Good. Next word. Punya. Virtues. Sravana. Hearing. Kirtanaha. Chanting. So, these two processes, Sravana Kirtan, these are the essential cornerstones of what we call Bhakti Yoga. Last night I was in a different temple in Orange County, and I was speaking how the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. And this devotional service begins as its foundation the process of hearing and chanting. We sing many times a very famous song, my favorite, bhajan by Govinda Das. Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasya Re Pujana Saki Jana Atmanivedana Govinda Dasa Abhi Lashare Shravana Kirtana Shravana Kirtana Shravana Kirtana Shravana Kirtana. And Lord Chaitanya himself emphasizes that these two processes are the beginning of your self-realization. Whether you know it or not, your coming here indicates to Krishna that you are interested in self-realization. Let's do the next 3 words together. Hridi anta sta. Very good. Meaning within the heart. Next word, he certainly. Now this next word, the way Prabhupada translates it is very, very interesting. The next word is abhadrani. So Bhadra means auspicious, but abhadra means bad, no good, inauspicious. So Sanskrit words take on different meanings according to context. I've explained many times that even the word Atma has 7 different meanings. One meaning, Atma can mean the body. And Atma also means the soul, huh? Because we learn in Bhagavad Gita, body and soul are complete opposite. So, and the word Atma in Bhagavad Gita many times refers to the mind, consciousness. Atma can also refer to God. So it depends on the context. So Prabhupada translates abhadrani, or inauspicious, the desire to enjoy matter. That is like a sledgehammer. Boom. Wow. The desire to enjoy matter is actually inauspicious. But the next word, please repeat, vidhunoti, cleanses. So, what's being cleansed? This is the first teaching of Lord Chaitanya. Cheto darpana marjanam. The heart. Oh, good. Yes. Go ahead. Don't feel shy. Cheto. Darpana. Marjanam. All right, you get 3 dings. Very good. It means you're linked. It's a good sign. Stay with me. I'll give you special blessings at the end. Yes. So, Lord Chaitanya's phrase, Chaita, meaning the heart, not the actual organ, but heart meaning your loved interest. Heart meaning consciousness. Heart meaning, another way, the mind, the subtle body. So Lord Chaitanya says the first order of someone interested in self-realization, cleansing, and he compares it to a darpana, a mirror. We've all had experience of looking at our reflection in a mirror. But if you've taken a hot bath, what happens? The mirror is all fogged up. And if you try to shave with a foggy mirror, watch out. It'll be a bloodbath. So you first clean the mirror. Oh, there I am. Ooh. But you can see your reflection. So if God is in my heart and the real me, is situated in the heart, why can't I see myself or God? And that's because the mirror is foggy or dirty. Actually, the mirror of the heart, anyone who's done a cleanup of like a basement, right? Or some attic that's been neglected for years. There's a lot of cleaning to do because the dirt has been there for months and months and months. And you really have to work hard to get it clean. So this mirror of the heart, mirror of the mind, mirror of the consciousness is covered with so many inauspicious things, or lumped together, desires to enjoy the material world. Centered upon three gates. It's like we have three doors. Krishna mentions there are three doors or gates which lead to hell. Lust, anger, greed. And Krishna advises a sane person tries to avoid these three doors. Lust. What is lust? Lust means I want to enjoy this material world to its fullest extent. Anger. Krishna claims in Gita, you must become angry if you try to enjoy this material world, because it's not designed for our enjoyment. It's not set up like that. We try. I'll try this scheme. I'll try this scheme. I have this plan and this plan. But ultimately, Krishna points out in Gita, ultimately, all these plans will be baffled by the design of this material nature. And after things are baffled, when I'm frustrated, I can't get no satisfaction. What happens? Anger. I become angry because my desires have not been fulfilled. So, lust, anger, and then greed. Greed means, I have 1 billion, now I want 2. Now I have 2 billion. No, 3. The living entity in this material world, trying to satisfy through material life, can never, it's a hope against hope. It's not going to happen. Even you're the richest man in the world, or woman. Say you're the famous with all your Swiftie disciples. Whether you're a big athlete or movie star, or you're so famous, the day will come. Let's go. We're going somewhere. What's that called? Death. Death means everything you have acquired, bye-bye. Just come. You can't take your stock options with you when you go to the court of Yamaraj. And you can't negotiate. Now you may think, oh, I'm a great negotiator. Not with Yamaraj. The judgment comes. So, Krishna consciousness teaches us how to prepare for that final exam known as death. Basically, we're told the whole idea of this living human experience. Number 1, find out who you really are. It's not the person you see in the mirror. No. You have yet to see, I have yet to see my real self. That's called self-realization. Who am I eternally? And this whole process is a process of discovering little by little. And one day it will be revealed. This is your relationship with Krishna. That is why I chant. I chant every day because I'm one step closer to finding out who I am and what is my relationship with Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this process of hearing and chanting, Lord Chaitanya says, cleanses the mirror of the heart, little by little, by little, by little. And we learn from chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita, Pratyakshabagamam Dharmyang. What does that word Pratyakshabagamam mean? It means that the essence, the teachings, the understanding gradually comes little by little. So it is, we sometimes say, a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. Little by little, you begin to see how things are nice. Otherwise, why would anyone continue to chant day after day, week after week, month after? Trust me, if this process of hearing and chanting didn't work, I would have been gone after 2 weeks. I would have said, because I don't believe in post-dated checks. I want to see it now. And when I joined Krishna consciousness, yes, actually, I saw the benefit right from the beginning. That nice prasad. But little by little, the philosophy begins to make itself manifest, and you go, oh, yes, I see how that's worked. Yeah, that's true. And then you see how you change. You see how you, now when I say change, you become a better version of yourself. These are the things that you begin to see little by little by little. You see, there's a chapter called in the Bhagavatam, Pure Devotional Service, the Change of the Heart. So little by little, you see your affection and attraction for the material world is decreasing, and you're interested in Krishna and spiritual life increases. If both are increasing, something's wrong. One should be going down, because in many places, material life is considered like a fever. People are mad. What is that verse? Pramatta kuruke vikarma. Nunang pratak Rishabdev told his sons that people in materialistic life are mad. Mad after trying to enjoy this material world. So it's like a fever. But as you progress, the fever comes down. And when the fever is completely down, you'll be like what we see on the altar, Gaur Nitai, Haribol, Haribol. Or in the words of Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, Na Shokshati Na Kankshati. Here is the test, how I am advancing. Am I no longer hankering for more and more material enjoyment? And am I no longer lamenting, oh, I didn't get this, and this person did this? For instance, in my own life, before coming to Krishna, there was Dina, and there was Michelle, and there was Linda. But each one ended in Heartbreak Hotel. Yes. Frustration. Looking for love in all the wrong places. But Prabhupada was saying, yes, you have the loving propensity, but you're putting it in the wrong stock options. Put it into Krishna's account. Prabhupada was telling us, you give this one life to Krishna. So I made that step in 1973. Now we're 50 years later. Best decision I ever made. If I had to make it over, I would do it 108 times. This life of Krishna consciousness, what is that song? It's a gas, gas, gas. It has been an exciting experience. Now I'm on the verge of my 74th birthday. And what do you think is prominent in my mind? Death. It's coming to a theater near you. And you're getting coming attractions. We used to go to the movies, right? So before the main movie, they would show you, and next week we have this, and they would show you a few seconds of this movie and that movie. Coming attractions. So, what are the coming attractions of death? How about old age? Gray hair! Ah! Wrinkles. But the big kicker? Aches and pains. You see the young kids running and jumping, and you go, I used to be like that. How come I can't do it? My wife, years ago, one time was laughing because I decided, I need to do some exercise. So I bought a pair of rollerblades. My wife was laughing the whole time. She said, go ahead. She knew. So I tried to put on the rollerblades. I tried to get up. Boom, fell down. Tried again, boom, fall down. And I'm going, wait a second. Yes, old age. And of course, disease. Yes, these are big problems. Dukkha doshanu darshanam. So these are wake-up calls. These are coming attractions. Yes, death is coming. Be ready. Be prepared. In my younger days, I wanted to be a Cub Scout. So the Cub Scouts have this motto, their mantra, be prepared. So that's Krishna consciousness. We learned that from the beginning, be prepared. Because you don't know when the knock is going to come. You don't know. Maharaj Parikshit got a text message. Oh, you have 7 days. But I don't even know I have 7 seconds. Right? Anybody guarantee? No. So, you have to be conscious of Krishna ahora mismo, now. Be conscious of Krishna now. All right? Now the next word. Everybody say, suhrit. So here, Prabhupada translates as benefactor. In other places, suhrit means the dearmost well-wishing friend. Krishna says at the end of chapter 5, Bhoktarang yagya tapasang sarvaloka maheshwarang sukhridang sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantam richati. Krishna says, I am your best well-wishing friend. And that's not difficult to understand because Krishna is right here in my heart. I have a very loving wife. Of course, she can get in my brain, but as far as physically, she can only get this far. But Krishna is within. And yes, I have the best wife. I've said many times to her, and I've said in public, if I was, say she was to pass away, and I wanted to replace her, I would need 12 wives to do what she does. Yes. But she's not my dearmost well-wisher because after this life, she'll go one way, I'll go mine. Although sometimes I think we will be together and the roles will be reversed. I sometimes think. But even John Lennon and Yoko asked Prabhupada to arrange that they could be together in the next life. Prabhupada said, I don't do this kind of thing. He got a little annoyed with them because they were taking him cheap, like some cheap baba. No. That's up to Krishna. But Krishna has been with me and you life after life after life after life after. Krishna will never leave us. When I was raised on the Catholic Bible, the story of Adam and Eve when they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, they were sort of abandoned. But the Bhagavatam explains, yes, even though we have left the spiritual world and we're now in this material world, Krishna has not abandoned us. He accompanies us life after life. So that's why he's our dearmost friend. And he's your well-wishing friend because Krishna in the heart is always trying to help us and guide us. That's what he does. He's trying to help us and guide us. How to come back home. Back, big word, back to Godhead. As I've said many times. Yes, I've been to many places in this world. But one place I've never been is Antarctica. So I cannot say, oh, I'm going back to Antarctica. No, I was never there. So when Prabhupada says, back to Godhead, what does that mean? That's where we came from. And we're going back. That is the whole program. How to get, Prabhupada even mentions, there is this famous literary work, Milton's Paradise Lost, about Adam and Eve and leaving the Garden of Eden. And Prabhupada must have read about that in his college days. But that is exactly what back to Godhead means, regaining paradise. And the process has already been mentioned. Hearing and chanting about who? Krishna. All right. See, you're leading the pack. Good boy. Good, Ba. And finally, the last word. Everybody say, Satam. Of the truthful. Now that is interesting. Of the truthful. Truthful means that everybody comes with a certain agenda, a certain thing that they, when it comes to religion, there is some kind of intention. But a truthful devotee has no personal motivation other than liberation, self-realization, or in the topmost love of God. Yesterday I was mentioning, because sometimes people say that why there are so many religions in the world. Why isn't there just one religion? We see so many religions. Now there's a new religion, which I found out. It's called, I'm trying to give it a name, because it doesn't have a, I'll think of the name later. Krishna will text me. Anyway, there are so many religions. Why? Because real religion is only one. There's only one real religion. That is love of God. Anything other than love of God is what we call materialistic, motivated, or cheating religion. Because the real religion is surrender to God and love Him. Just like I was taught that in Our Lady of Loretto Catholic School, when they taught me the ultimate commandment. This is Jesus Uvacha. When he was asked, what is the greatest commandment? And Jesus said, love God with your whole heart, with your whole soul, with your whole mind. That is what Krishna is saying, surrender to me exclusively. Because who is that God Jesus is referring to? Well, I tell people that God is Krishna. He's the God that Jesus is referring to when he says, love God. And Krishna says in Gita, surrender to me exclusively. And how do we do that? We do that so simply. You've been doing it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare everybody. So, let's do the translation responsibly. Please try. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, the super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So this is what we call reciprocation. So this whole time that you were here, in the kirtan, in the arti, and in the class, Krishna has been cleansing your heart. And the more you engage in this hearing and chanting, your heart becomes more and more cleansed by the mercy of Krishna. And the test is, have I developed the urge to hear? For instance, when I used to be, before my Krishna days, I was trying to be a rock star. So I was constantly studying music, new songs, and trying to really understand how this music, how to make it, right? I was always trying to enter into it. But now, now that I've found Krishna, now I want to see, do I have this urgency to want to hear about Krishna from my spiritual master, from his books? Or am I more interested in watching the Super Bowl? Where does my interest lie? This is the test. Even Jesus said, by their fruits you shall know them. So you can always judge your own self-realization, your progress on your journey, by how much interest do I have in hearing and chanting, and how much interest do I have in nonsense things, trying to enjoy this material world. And how to get that urge, how to get that taste, that was mentioned in a previous verse by Sutta Goswami. This urge comes about by serving and associating with devotees. What's a devotee? Anyone who accepts God as supreme, or even better, anyone who can say Krishna's holy name. Everybody say, Krishna. Then you're a devotee. You're a devotee. If that name Krishna comes out, you're a devotee. Because if you're not a devotee, you can't. That's another test. Can you say Krishna's holy name? What's his name? Krishna. Very good. Very good. And just hearing and chanting and reading and talking about Krishna in itself is virtuous, the most pious activity. It is the topmost activity. So my desire for all of us, myself including, that may we get more taste, more urgency to engage in this Krishna consciousness. And of course, when all else fails, take prasad, which I think we're going to do in about 5 minutes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Everybody. One more time. Once more, louder. Clap your hands. Thank you for being a good audience. I have here CDs, DVDs. They're free. Take as much as you like. And if you want to contact me for any reason, take one of my cards. Otherwise, class is dismissed. Hari Bol.